What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new video here today. Today we're here for something a little bit different. This is TNF1 from Italy, which only happened about, hang on, when was it? About 4 hours ago. It's currently midday for me right now, smack bang on 12 o'clock. And this took place at about 10 past 8. This morning is when we got underway. Unfortunately, for some weird reason, and I wasn't the only one, but some of us drivers couldn't stream on our channels for some reason, so I'm not too sure what that's about. So I decided to record my footage instead, and yeah, we'll go back to the old ways of making videos on league racing. And this is probably the first league race that I've actually, trimmed down and made into a video in God knows how long. I can't even remember it's been that long, but anyway, we're here for the Italian Grand Prix championship scenario at the moment. I somehow still lead. I think it's a 10 or 12 point gap to the Williams of Josh, and then you've got Bailey in the Merc as well. So basically a three-way fight between Mercedes, Williams and Red Bull at the moment. We do have the Renault of Jacob, I think it is, who is right with us three as well, but I think from what I've heard he's going to be missing a couple of races, so that's going to basically drop him out of the title fight. So it's really a three-way fight between the heavyweights, I suppose you could say. But anyway, heading out at the start of qualifying, I wanted to get a decent lap on the board straight away, just so I had something to rely on if something went awry a bit later on. But anyway, through the chicane on our first lap, not too great. They outbraked myself a little bit, couldn't get it turned in as early as I would have liked, so probably already lost probably 10.5, 2 tenths in there. So this has not been a great start to the lap. Coming to the second chicane now, and we go way too deep. I was distracted a little bit as there's Aaron facing the wrong way in the racing point. I think that's our good mate Macca right in front of us as well. So I think it was Aaron, Macca and then ourselves that were 1, 2, 3 on track, and all three of us actually bottled our first laps, so that was kind of clever. But anyway, we're going to try and go again on the same set of tyres and into the first chicane again, and I actually invalidated the first turn. So yeah, start of this session is just going wonderfully for me at the moment. But anyway, we come back in, put on another brand new set of softs, about 10 minutes remaining as we start our next lap, then into the first chicane this time. Still a little bit deep, couldn't quite get that line as tight as I would have liked. Obviously you can cut quite a lot of the first part of that chicane, and you can gain a hell of a lot of time from doing so. But down into the second chicane now. Nice and easy on the brakes, still turned in way too late. I'm just costing myself time at the moment here. So, yeah, there's a lot of time to be found, but I will be brutally honest, I was being pretty cautious on this lap because I just wanted to get this lap in. I did not want to invalidate this lap, come out at the end, and then, for one reason or another, invalidate my final run. I didn't want to be starting at the back, because around Monza, that's just something that you do not want. I know it's a slipstream fest really, but considering, like I said moments ago, that I am in the championship fight, I need to be as far up the front as I can. And so far it looks like we're doing a pretty good job. Purple in the first two sectors. I don't think that's truly indicative of our pace though, as we come up to the line. What is it going to be? A 119.341, puts us P3 provisionally at the moment. We get demoted down to P6 as we come out for our final run. Now at this point, as I was saying to my teammate in the party that we're in together, I was just going to risk it for the chocolate biscuit now. I was just going to go and throw this thing around Monza and just hope that maybe I could, if I couldn't challenge for pole position, at least get on the front two rows. That's what I wanted. Through the first chicane, beautiful run through there. 2 tenths up already. That was a perfect first chicane there, really nailed it. And yeah, already real good start to the lap. So hopefully we can continue this. Into the second chicane now, turn in nice and early, cut the first bit, run a little bit wide though, and we've gotten in the gravel, and that has completely upset our rhythm, and that 2.5 tenths that we had has now completely disappeared. And oh, I'm not going to lie, I was raging at that point. I was absolutely livid because just caught that second curve and just threw me a little bit wide. So we're going to have to really try and nail Ascari here to try and get some time back. A little bit cautious on the entry as the car feels a bit loose, and we're in the fence. And that is our quali session done and dusted. So that is it. Just pushing a little bit too hard, trying to make up the time that we lost. And yeah, just overstepped the boundaries a little bit there. Really annoying because I definitely could have put in a 118. I feel whether it would have been a mid 18, a high 18, I don't know, but I definitely feel like a 118 was possible. But in the end, still in the top 10 in P9, so could be worse. A championship rival, or one of them, Bailey down in 14th, the other one Josh in P6, so we've got our work to do a little bit here. We've got our teammate in P12, so hopefully he might be able to help me out a little bit, maybe hold Bailey up. I wouldn't count on it though. But anyway, here we are then. Strategy wise, I think it's going to be fairly straightforward, soft to medium. I've gone for a very aggressive setup, not going to lie. This car is on edge a lot of the time. It is very, very loose in some corners, but if you get the line right, the car feels very good and it just floats through the corners. So hopefully I can use that to my advantage. As I said, championship picture was kind of in the back of my head at the start of this race, to be honest. I knew that obviously Josh and Bailey are the guys that I'm fighting. One of them is behind me and the other one is just over there to our right. So the main aim was to try and get a good start and try and at least get behind Josh if I couldn't jump him. I wanted to at least get behind him, and well, we'll see if we can do that or not. Yeah, so formation lap commences. We got Robin in the McLaren just ahead of us. Then who we got just up there? I think it's John in the Racing Point. Then you got Josh. Can't remember who else was up there, but anyway. So from P9, this is, I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest. I mean, I'm still learning the wheel, so I suppose on some level, like a 19.3 isn't a bad lap, but it's just not good enough with how tight that this league has actually become in this season. Times are incredibly close, and you make one mistake and you could go from second row of the grid to where we are. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to improve our qualifying pace for the final few races. But anyway, reforming, back on the grid now, just waiting for everybody to ready up. Okay, there we go. Awaiting 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. Away we go. Looks like our reaction time was pretty good, but the start was atrocious. We've gone absolutely nowhere. And Bailey's already got up here inside. There's a Williams who has been spun out there, I think. And my Godfather, Bailey come out of nowhere, and we have a safety car already. Oh my goodness. We didn't even make it to the first chicane, and a safety car has already come out. Oh my God. This is honestly, it's hard not to laugh at, to be fair. But anyway, on to lap 2 now, still following the safety car, as the other Mercedes of Kush has been off at Curva Grande under the safety car. Okay, that's a bit of a weird one, but anyway, we still remain in P10 as, oh dear, that was kind of a bit stupid there from me. I kind of wasn't paying attention to Kush and didn't realise until the last minute that he slowed down as far as he did, so we've cleaned out the 100 brake marker board, so that's not too clever on my part. Hopefully that doesn't affect us or too many other drivers. But anyway, the end of lap 3, we're getting ready to go back racing again. Safety car pulls in, green flags are waving, and here we go. Rich fuel mixture overtake. I wanted to try and get the move done on Kush straight away if I could. We got my teammate right behind us as well. He started on mediums, so hopefully he might be able to stick with us here for the first few laps if he can. Obviously, for the first maybe 2 laps, I wasn't really too keen on pushing the envelope too much. I didn't want to overstep the mark, maybe lose the car. I just wanted to build up to the pace that I knew I had. And yeah, as you can see, there goes John off in the gravel there, so he has made a mistake. Presumably caught that sausage curve on the second part of the chicane, but through the Lesmos we go on lap 4, our first actual racing lap this is as well, so we've basically started the race under a safety car, which is still quite funny to think about, really. But cutting to the end of lap 4 now to the final corner, we're right up behind Cush as he's lagging about a little bit and we've hit him. He's gone into a half spin there, I've had to brake to avoid him, and now that has really slowed us all up and he's lagging around. And I'm not going to lie, I was actually really annoyed because I felt like, I don't know if he braked early or it was just lag, but yeah, he's gone into a half spin that has slowed us up dramatically. Addy's now gotten bias as well, so 9 and 10 for Red Bull at the moment, definitely not where we want to be. I think he is actually going to let me go here, as I've got a run on him, reach fuel mixture and overtake. He pulls over to the left hand side, we're going to look to go around the outside, and yeah, he just eases off, lets us go, but I know there's no point in trying to fight that, so back up to P9 we go. But man, that has really not done us any favours. Cutting on to the end of lap 6 though, we're going to try and get Cush into the final corner, this time up the inside, not waiting for DRS on the front straight this time. A little bit loose out of the final corner though. Robin very wide in the final corner, so his run was even worse than ours. We got DRS, rich fuel mixture overtake, but you got Cush still right under our rear wing. He's going to try and look to make a move on us. Is he down into turn 1, up the inside, goes the Mercedes driver. We're going to try and hang it round the outside, and we do. Maintaining P7, as I think Phil is actually trying to make a move on Robin there as well, so that's quite interesting to see. But into the second chicane now, Robin with a real poor run through there. We're going to try and get up the inside into the first Lesmo if we can. He leaves us a lot of room there, and we get the move done. He runs quite wide, and I think Phil has actually gotten past his teammate as well, so Phil has basically followed us through at Cush and Robin there, so quite interesting to see. But on to the end of lap 10, Bailey is retired, one of our championship rivals, and now a safety car has come out. Now this is absolutely perfect timing for us, because now Aaron, Josh and myself and a few guys behind, we can all come in now and essentially get a free pit stop, where the likes of Mackenzie, Seb, Jacob as well, I think, all those guys have stopped already. So we're going to gain a lot of time here, and we may potentially come out in P3. You can see the dark red dot on the minimap there. That is Mackenzie in the Alpha coming down the front straight. Are we going to jump him? This is going to be close. Where is he? There he is, and he is just going to get ahead of us. But we have jumped up to P4. This is absolutely awesome. This safety car has worked wonders for us. And, well, this is bloody awesome. So, from being about in P6 and about 3 seconds back, now we're genuinely in the fight for the win. So, one of our championship rivals is out of the race, the other is in second, and we're in fourth. Do the math. I think we could be on for a real good race right here. But away we go for the second time, green flags waving. Straight into rich and hot lap in the slipstream of Stuart Mackenzie. Weaving around a little bit, just trying to make sure I got enough tyre temp as well. Down into the first chicane, you can see the proximity arrow behind us. Seb come like a bat out of hell there, almost rear-ended us there. He got very close. Luckily, no contact made between any of us in the top 5, so all's well. And yeah, we continue on. On to lap 14 though, through Ascari. That's our first warning for exceeding track limits, so that's not going to help us out. So we'll have to try and minimise getting another one if we can, because I don't want to get a 3-second time penalty. At this point, I do believe Macca already has one, so we will jump Mackenzie on the basis of penalties at the moment. I think he actually ends up with 6 seconds at the end, if I'm not mistaken, so we should jump Mackenzie quite comfortably. So we are third effectively. I would like to try and get past the Alpha if I could, because I feel like I can have a crack at Josh and Aaron, and try and take the lead of this race. That's another warning for exceeding track limits. at the very same part of the track through Ascari, so 6 laps to go. We've got to try and make sure we don't get any more warnings. But on to lap 21 through Curva Grande. Are we going to look for a move into a second chicane up the inside of our good mate Stuart McKenzie? No, we don't. We back out of it. I didn't want to risk trying to go for a dive there and slowing us both up. We're going on to lap 22, front straight, DRS, rich fuel mixture, overtake on the ARS. We pull to the inside and we should get this done. Down into the first chicane. We're going to have to go deep. And I think we get it stopped, and we do. Macca didn't try and fight that too much, surprisingly, but we get a hit up the rear there. McKenzie obviously with a bit of a better run out of the first chicane, and that has kind of hurt us there a little bit. We've dropped off the front two now, so we're going to have a blinder of a middle sector here to try and make sure we're within DRS range. 1.2 seconds is the gap, so we've got to try and at least gain about 2.5-3 tenths here if we can. I think we've done that though. Just a visual, looking at the visual margin, I think we're within a second, and we are. As you can see, we've got DRS. I think McKenzie is still just within our DRS as well, so still a four-way fight for the lead at the moment. Coming on to the end of lap 23, right up behind Aaron in the racing point. No shortage of history between us either, as we get a bit loose out of the final corner, and that has absolutely ruined our run onto the front straight. And now that's going to allow Mackenzie Stewart to have a run on us down the front straight. The Alpha pulls to the inside, and I think he's going to get us on the run down to turn one. I decided to let him go there, to be honest. I didn't see the point in trying to fight that. So yeah, that's man, that's not good. We're still struggling for traction out of the first chicane there, so might have a bit of dirt or something on the rear tyres. I'm not too sure there. But coming on to the penultimate lap, lap 26, Josh and Aaron fighting for the lead as we get a 3-second time penalty. Oh, damn it, that's not what we need. Now, as far as I'm aware, Mackenzie still has 6 seconds. The front two have nothing. So, effectively, we're still on for third. But unless Aaron or Josh pick up a 3-second time penalty, third is the best that we can hope for. But on to the final lap. We're going to try and make some moves anyway. In the slipstream of Mackenzie Stewart as he moves over a little bit of contact between us. No harm done though. Down into the first chicane, hard on the brakes. We get the job done up the inside, past our good mate in the Alfa Romeo, up into the podium positions. As you can see as well, we've got an awful lot of fuel left in this race. I fueled up with about 3.7 laps, but with those two safety cars, it allowed me to save a hell of a lot of fuel. And we've got about 1.5 laps of extra fuel that I tried to burn off at the end, but we've still got a lot remaining. In the slipstream of Aaron though, about to come to the final corner. Can we try something to steal P2 on the line? We're going to have to get a perfect run out of this final corner, but the back end again a little bit slidey, so it's going to be P3 here for Monza. Josh wins the Italian Grand Prix, Aaron P2, but for us, P3. Pretty damn solid race, and that's going to do us a world of good for the championship running as well. So yeah, we're going to lose a few points to Joshua there, but all in all, a podium at Monza. Pretty happy with that. Alright, so there we go guys, that has been TNF1, the Italian Grand Prix, third place from 9th on the grid. I'm pretty pleased with that, to be honest. Josh does close on us a little bit more in the championship, but it's still well and truly up in the air. Bailey's definitely going to need some good results in the future, but yeah, good race for us, so all in all, I'm happy. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, stay tuned for plenty more, and until my next one, I will see you all next time. Now, enjoy the highlights.